Hey guys, my name is Winden. In today's video, I will explain and give you practical example of getting 10 CS per minute with my top 7 tips. And guys, saying right from the start, this video is made for at least gold elo players and higher, as I will cover very specific stuff of how to get the dream 10 CS per minute mark, with little explanations of important stuff during laning phase. I know there are already a bunch of other guides out there, but the problem is that most of them give you theoretical knowledge only, and usually don't include a tons of details of how you can do it consistently every game. As we all know, that 10 CS per minute is a dream, but in most games it is nearly impossible to maintain even 8 to 9 CS per minute, even for challenger tier players. Also, this video is made from ADC perspective, but honestly, there is little difference between all the roles. As for the real example, I will use my own personal game that I've played yesterday and secured Diamond 3 promo in EO West, played mostly with D3, D4 players, and end the game with 8.4 CS per minute. Although I won the game, it is not even nearly as perfect as it could be. There were tons of mistakes from me and my teammates throughout the whole game. But hey, I bet this sounds like a real game, isn't it? That is why I felt this game could be a perfect choice to show you guys how you can reach the 10 CS per minute mark. So, the first thing we should aim for our perfect laning phase. Sounds crazy. You have to farm 6 out of 6 CS every wave with no deaths and only few backs to base before 10-minute mark. Sounds like a dream, isn't it? But we are living in a real world, so let's see how we can create real conditions to make this dream come true. First of all, be aware of bot lane priority. Having a stronger bot lane combo will make your laning phase easier in general. That means you will have easier time last hitting minions and don't die in lane. And even if you die once or 2 times, you can still be even with enemy bot because of stronger pick. In my game we have Kate Raycon vs Saya Bard. I have stronger early ADC in the short trades and superior range, which means we're a bit stronger than enemy bot lane and can farm freely and harass them in between. A lot of players just do not understand how important early game and every single aspect in League. Having a big advantage that early will allow me to farm freely throughout the next 5 to 10 minutes. It will be harder for opponents to fight us, force me to base or kill me. That means I can have a full access to every CS in lane. 12 minutes into the game, I got 118 CS, that's about 70 CS lead over enemy AD carry. Sounds perfect for me, right? This is a very important part of the game, as in my personal experience, most of ADC players don't really know what to do in the following 10 minutes. I'm not talking about simply moving to top or mid lane and continue farm waves. I'm talking about your general behavior to make a decision when and where you should be on the map. The idea is to know when you should focus on farming side waves and when join a teammates for a possible teamfight. Let's make it even more simple. If you farm side waves, you're weakening your teamfight strength on the map and vice versa. If you got the lead in early game, use it to contest early dragon and herald after laning phase. Focus on pushing first towers, or if it before 14-minute mark, go ahead for those juicy tower plates on a side lane. But on the other hand, you gain a lot of solo XP and gold due to proper farming, while your team contests objectives and roam around the map. The same stuff is applied when you're in losing position. Focus only on safe farming and defending tier 2 towers. Don't even try to contest early objectives without good opportunity, because you can ruin the game even harder and make it uncomebackable at some point. Guys, again, this stuff sounds stupidly easy for you, but trust me, if you can't farm at least 7 to 8 CS in a losing match, you probably fail every time executing this tip. As simple as it is, just open OPGG after your game and look at your KDA and CS per minute. I'm sure more than enough that all of your answers are there. And let's move to our next tip, getting to 10 CS per minute. Always remember that minions don't ever stop, they continuously push the lanes and bring no gold if there is no player nearby. Do you remember pro games with 20 minutes farming without teamfights and even first blood? I agree, it is not fun to watch players farm on autopilot without any action, but on the other hand, you gotta remember that their stakes are high. If you can't punish enemies, you have to rely on the safest and consistent income you can get without risk, is farming. This one is underrated even by higher diamond players, and I continue to see this a lot in my games, especially if you play in lower elo. Don't get yourself blind with a haul of opportunities to fight in enemy territory without any vision and advantage on your side. Keep yourself in lane, get all the ways you can, build your items, and then start thinking about teamfights. So the next tip is addressed more to jungle or top lane role. Instead of farming your jungle 24/7, go for counter jungling instead. Again, this sounds super simple, but in reality, lower elo junglers got tilt due to how often carry roles prioritize clearing their camps, leaving no farm for jungler, and creating a huge gap in experience and farm later in the game. I suggest you guys, before taking another jungle camp as AD carry, analyze first, where is your jungle on the map and what is he doing? If he's playing around top side of the map and he got top side camps, it is more than perfect to get rocks or chicken camps for yourself. You not only maximize your CS number and income, but also utilize your team income in general of starting camps respawning cooldowns. And the last tip is a tricky one, and it's two tips combined. There is no time in game to be wasted, so don't die for no reason. Now, I bet you think these tips for iron elo players, but in the reality, only few % of all of League of Legends players can actually execute these tips, and the upper ones to their max potential and farm 10 CS per minute almost every single game, and that is challenger elo or pro players. There is actually no time to be wasted in this game. You always move around the map and maximize your income throughout the game, but when you die, you're actually out of the map for half a minute. You don't really realize how much you can get in those 30 seconds, do you? It can be worth 2 or 3 CS waves, few jungle camps, tower pressure or objective control time you can use if you try to die less in your games. And one of the key factors why players cannot break the 10 CS per minute wall. Again, these tips might sound too simple for you, but in reality, every pro player focus hard on these tips and realize that improvement in League requires time and effort, even the smallest one. There is always room for improvement, even for best players in the world. Do not forget about that. And before I end, let's look at the results of my game. I started game with an enormous lead which allowed me to farm super well and win the game in the end. I died 5 times in total. Those deaths are worth more than 3 minutes of time and equal to 10% of whole game time. That is why, even though it is a win, it wasn't 10 CS per minute for me, but only around 8.5, which means there is always room for improvement. Here is it guys, my personal top 7 tips for getting those juicy 10 CS per minute that many of you guys aim for in your games. If you found this video useful, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel, as I will continue to make quality content for you guys. And I got a question for you guys. Think of the game when you got enormous amount of CS per minute. How do you think you achieved it? Share your opinion in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.